Coach Morton, what inspired you to start playing any sports?
Well, I come from a big family, so I was the second youngest of 5 kids, and everybody above me, all my siblings above me, all played sports, so it was just kind of one of those things that I knew I was going to do, and just kind of fell in love with sports, and every one of my siblings did something a little bit different, and we all played something though.
That's cool. Who was your favorite player just in any sport?
My favorite player of all time is Hakeem Olajuwon. So, I mean, that dream shake is just dirty.
What age did you start playing sports?
The earliest memory I have playing sports is 3, just playing catch, or attempting to play catch as much as a 3-year-old could.
Wow. If we had a teacher versus student, how many points would you have?
You should ask the teams from last year. I'd have all of them. In basketball, I'd have all of them. So I would just dominate. JJ, I'm going to dunk on him.
What all do you need to move forward with any sports?
You have to have passion. Whenever it comes down to it, you have to have passion and the will to work. Because if you have that, then you can make up the gaps that you're not so good on. Because you just have that passion to keep on driving and that work ethic to keep on improving.
What college would you like to go to or have gone to?
Well, I went to Sam Houston State, but if I was to go to a college to where I was playing a sport, I'd definitely say UT. That's where 2 of my siblings went. I think it's just a great atmosphere. I love Austin. I would definitely want to go to UT.
That's a good college. How tall and what size do you have to be to play the passion that you, or
the position?
The position that you play.
Well, it depends on what sport you're talking about. If you're talking about a football,
yeah, like football.
Football. If you're an offensive lineman or a tight end, you got to be a pretty big kid. So over 6 foot, over 250. You got to have some heft to you. If you're talking basketball. Basketball has turned into positionless, right? So it's no longer the days what I grew up with where, you have big centers. You could have a lineup of 5 small guards. So in basketball, it's really working footwork, ball control, and shooting is going to make you good. Obviously, the taller and bigger and stronger you are, the better.
What would you do if you got the chance to play with a famous player from any sport?
I'd beat him. Yeah. Come on. Put me up against Olajuwon right now. He might be 73, but I'll take him.
What sport do you love?
I love all sports. So I always think about it this way. My first love in life was not basketball, but baseball, right? The game I'm probably most familiar with is basketball. The sport that I am best at is actually swimming. And then the sport that I just recently really started to truly get to know is football. And it's just such a great team sport. There's so much dynamics into it and so much strategy. I just absolutely love it.
What team would you like to go to if you got drafted today?
Oh man, if I got drafted, so football, right now if I was drafted on a football team, I'd have to say the Arizona Cardinals because I love Kyler Murray with DeAndre Hopkins and all that team, plus JJ Watt's over there now. Love to be put on the Arizona Cardinals. If I'm talking basketball, I'd have to go with the Rockets, even though they're not going to be great this year. I'd have to go with the Rockets just because that's my childhood team. And then baseball, the Astros. I'm a Houston boy. I'd have to go with the Astros or the Red Sox, just because they have so much history. I don't know.
Rockets got potential this season.
They do have some potential, don't they? That's what happens when you get 3 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
What motivates you to keep going with the sport or to keep going with the things you love to do?
to keep going with the things I love to do, I just think to succeed, to do better, you know, that's what keeps me going on everything. I just always want to make things better, right? I'm not the type of coach or teacher or person that says we always have to win, right? Because that's unrealistic. Eventually you're going to lose, right? But as long as you're trying to do better, and every time you hit that court or field or whatever you're doing, you get just a little bit better, right? Then you succeed.
What grade / GPA do you have to make? Do you have to make it in college, or to like in D1 college?
It really depends. If you really want to be seriously looked at, you need at least a 3.0. Now, depending on your skill, that could change a little bit, right? But I'll tell you this little story. So in high school, I was actually going to go to college to swim, right? That was my best sport. But I actually failed English my senior year. And guess what that school did? They said, nope, we're not going to risk giving you a scholarship to go swim for us if you fail English your senior year.
So it takes a lot to just get into a sport.
Yeah.
What's one upcoming player that you know of in any sport in this school?
Oh, I mean, JJ's going to be amazing at anything he puts his mind to.